Well, it's one of the most memorable segments this show has ever run. We debated engineer and TV personality Bill Nye, falsely called the science guy, about global warming.
It's not an open question. It's a subtle question. Human activity is causing climate change.
To what degree?
To a degree that it's a very serious problem.
To what extent is human activity responsible for speeding that up? I mean, please be more precise.
If that's the number you want. Humans are causing it to happen catastrophically fast.
Shouldn't we be encouraging people to ask honest questions, which I am doing, and you don't seem to have the answers to those questions?
Okay, I got to disagree with you. I claim I do have the answers.
Okay.
Okay.
He had the answers, but he had no numbers at all. He had no facts whatsoever. For a science guy, there was no science. There was just a lot of yelling. But he's been rewarded for it. Shortly after that interview, Bill Nye got a Netflix show, which featured a song about sex. We couldn't air that here. But he's kept going. He's back with another warning about the planet. Here's Bill Nye, the falsely named science guy.
By the end of this century, if emissions keep rising, the average temperature on Earth could go up another 4 to 8 degrees. What I'm saying is the planet's on fire. There are a lot of things we could do to put it out. Are any of them free? No, of course not. Nothing's free, you idiots. Grow the up. You're not children anymore. I didn't mind explaining photosynthesis to you when you were 12, but you're adults now, and this is an actual crisis. Got it? Safety glasses off, mother.
Unlike Bill Nye, Judith Curry is actually a climatologist. She's also professor emeritus of atmospheric sciences at Georgia Tech and president of the Climate Forecast Applications Network. Professor Curry joins us. And Professor, thanks very much for coming on. So,
thanks, Tucker. It's always a pleasure.
Well, you are a person of science. You devoted your life to science. When you see the video that we just played, which is how science is presented to television viewers, does that look like science or propaganda to you?
Propaganda, definitely. It's nonsensical alarmism, and it's scaring children. It's an issue of really very big concern to me.
And what is the issue of concern? The effect of this kind of propaganda or the underlying claims that he's making?
Well, the exaggerations and the vehemence and the profanity. I mean, there's a lot of it. That this is not sober, carefully reasoned scientific arguments. I mean, this is just nonsense, really.
So tell us how the sober climatologist views climate change as of right now, May 2019. How upset or not are you about climate change?
Well, there are reasons for concern. There are reasons to try to better understand it. Any predictions of warming in the 21st century beyond 3 or 4 degrees Fahrenheit are very difficult to justify, and there are reasons to think that it wouldn't even be that high. So, I mean, we don't really know how the climate of the 21st century will play out. There's a lot of things that are ignored in the climate model projections that we should also be looking at. And, I mean, we just don't really know. And there's a lot of overconfidence and...
So this looks like politics then to me. I mean, so the posture of science is exactly what you're displaying right now, which is, you know, hedging, total honesty about what we know and what we don't know. I never hear anybody say there are things we don't know about the climate. Why? Why don't they admit that?
I think they're afraid that the will to act will be reduced if scientists are actually honest about what we don't know. Yeah. It's again, climate scientists are becoming politicians, and this is not a good thing for science.
No, it's not. It's scary. And so it's always nice to have you on the show. Again, an actual climatologist, just so we can show the contrast between people who do science and people who just pretend to. Judith Curry, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.